Thank you and welcome to the show for today. You are watching Perspectives and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning on the show I have Jamar's Cooper, known as DjCoop, here to discuss his background, his education, his early life, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville communities. Coop, we're coming right in. This isn't your first rodeo. You've had a long career both in Nashville and in Memphis, and I want to talk about that long career in this entire episode, but in this first segment I want to talk baby years. Tell me where you're from, kind of set up what childhood looked like, and set up for me baby Coop years.
Well, baby Coop, originally from Memphis, moved to Nashville in my younger years with my mother and father, and then they split, and then my dad went to Memphis, my mom stayed in Nashville, so I've just been back and forth in Nashville and Memphis, so it's pretty much a Tennessee thing. As far as music, I started playing drums in the church, so that's how I got into music, and then it just transitioned into the DJing.
Now, how did you get your start in church? I know you didn't just like pick up the sticks one day and just go banging. How did that?
Actually, one of my mentors, Joshua Mundy, he taught me how to play the drums.
Really?
Yeah.
At that early age?
Yeah, I was like 8, probably like 8 years old.
And now, from that early experience with the church, tell me more about kind of childhood. Tell me your hobbies. Did you have siblings? And set up for me kind of what life looked like.
It was really me and my brother. So my mom's single mom, me and my brother. Us regular upbringing. We didn't have everything, but we had enough to survive. Schools, we jumped schools for schools. Being to my mom being unstable, so that was another way I met a lot of people. So I went to a lot of middle schools and high schools.
And where'd you end up graduating from?
Oakland.
In Memphis?
In Murfreesboro.
Okay. Anywho, I want to kind of skip forward in time to early DJing experience. How did you know that this is something that you like to do, leading up to like you being a roadie, you kind of gaining notoriety from this DJing? But tell me that early start. Were there early DJs that you were listening to? Was it something that you just liked to mess around with? Set that early experience up for me.
It sounds cliche, but one of my earlier years, my mom didn't let us go out. So I didn't go to the clubs till I was like 21, 22 years old.
So you were supposed to?
Exactly. So some of the DJs that I looked as for inspiration is DJ Larry Live from Memphis, Just Born, Boogaloo, Devin Steele, Mike T, Spanish Fly, Rocksteady. Played a lot of those, and they used to let me open up for them. But I used to go study their sets.
Okay.
And like before I started DJing, I used to go just in the club, but I was always into the music. So when I figured out I wanted to DJ, it was I seen Dola White and Scooby DJing. It was this spot called Tequila City.
Okay. Was that in Nashville?
It was in Nashville.
Wow.
So I was like always back and forth. And then I walked in, I was like, I can do this.
Tequila City.
It's like, it's on 4th or something. It's like over by the bus station now. It's like the new bus station. It's an old club. And I just went in there and I was like, I can do that. And then when I went back to Memphis, I used to skate, and I met this chick. She was a DJ.
You were roller skating? Yeah. Were you good? You weren't no good.
I skated on BET twice, so, with Lil Duval. So
tell me about the girl, then we're gonna talk about.
So the girl, we was dating, and she was actually a DJ. So she gave me the program, and I figured out the program, and then I was working at Babies R Us.
Okay.
And I met this guy on the back of the truck. He was a promoter.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm a promoter, you're a DJ. So we did a house party, and that was my first time DJing. And from there, it's just smaller gigs. And when I left Memphis, I came to Nashville.
And I don't even want to get too far into coming in this first segment, but I want to talk about just setting up that first house party. How the heck, I mean, you're working at Babies R Us. You've met a promoter on the back of a truck. How do y'all just figure that y'all are going to set up this house party? What were the logistics involved?
It was just, it was kind of like we both doubted each other at the same time, so we wanted to figure out like what he can do and I can do. And I took my dad's old speakers, you know, they got the speakers that sit on the ground. So I took those, put them in the car, did my thing. I only had a laptop, so the program that I first started it's called Virtual DJ. So you didn't need a mixer or anything. You just really do it off of the laptop. So when I done that, we rocked it. and we started doing clubs and different things like that. I think my first big gig in Memphis, I was opening up for 2 Chainz. At the time, he was Titty Boy.
Ah.
So that's back before 2 Chainz.
I was about to say, and how old were you at that point?
I was like 21, 22.
Okay, and we're gonna pick back up from just that early 2 Chainz experience to all that you've accomplished since, and I encourage viewers to tune into the second segment of Perspectives, where Coop and I will return to discuss his artistry, his background, his experiences, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville. And welcome to the show for today. You are watching Perspectives, and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning on the show, I have Jamars Cooper, known as DjCoop, here to discuss his background, his education, the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville and Memphis communities through his work, and ultimately Slept On Music Group. We're talking about just some of the work that he does, both in the production, the DJing side of music, and in the managing and kind of the business entertainment side of music. And ultimately, we're talking about ways that we can support him and why we should support him. In our first segment, Coop set up his early life in Memphis. He kind of set up transitioning between Nashville and Memphis from that early age, some of the early music experiences that he had and early performance experiences he had, even performing for artist 2 Chainz as one of his first major performances in that early stage of that career. We're coming right back in to talk about just some of the other accolades and highlights of that career, ultimately leading up to present day Coop. We're coming right back in. We've just left off, you were talking about performing for 2 Chainz. I thought that was crazy. And awesome. I know, right? And tell me about that experience.
I was actually in Nashville at the time, and the same promoter that I started with, he called me. I don't know what happened with the DJ or XYZ, but he's like, I need you. So I just jumped in the car, went down there, and that was the first night. It was a crazy night. It was they had booked 2 Chainz, but like the people that popped up was Zebo. He played for the Grizzlies. It's the first night I met Young Dolph. And it's funny because how we met, because I was introduced myself, and I like knocked his glasses off. But he was cool. This is like way before Dolph was Dolph. I think Starlito was there, Zedzilla, different artists at that time. And it was just a good experience. I met my guy, Eat Sud, which is 2 Chainz DJ. So we've been locked in ever since then. This is probably 15 years ago.
But now, tell me about like crowd control for a group of that size. Tell me about like keeping the vibes high. Seriously, like the actual mechanics of that night.
Well, it all started at the house party. So it's like I always have a thing that I say I'm gonna do it if it's 1 in 1,000. So it's always giving your all because you never know who's in the crowd. So in my earlier DJ years, I learned from Just Born how to read a room. So you can't just come in and just play what you want. You got to read the room. It might be females, so you need to play female music. It might be males, they don't want to hear female music. It might be line dancing, it might be old school. So it's really the main thing is learning your crowd and reading the room. So.
And I want to talk about how you've taken kind of that artistry, you've kind of built yourself up and ended up with Lil Duval. How did you meet him? How did you kind of end up touring with him? And how did your experiences lead you to him?
It's really just being in position. At that time, I had just got off the road with Key Glock. So I was in the city a couple weeks, but they...
In Memphis?
No, I was in Nashville. I met Duval in Nashville.
When you say the city, you mean...
Yeah, okay. But I met Duval at Zany's. I didn't know him from a can of paint prior to that.
Really?
They was calling to the city to get a DJ because they needed a DJ for the weekend. Clay, RP to Clay Evans, he was Duval's manager at the time. He called to the city, so I got some good reps, like T from Fat Caps, Larry Lott. I didn't call a lot of people, my name just came up. So that was one way it happened. Then the way Duval did it, they had sent him like 3 or 4 DJs, and he went with the DJ that would follow him, which was me. So from there, I was telling my mom about the situation, and we did like 6 shows that weekend at Zany's, and pretty much she told me what I was telling her how it went and what I wanted to do. She was like, well, just tell them, give me your schedule, I'm making my schedule. And that's what I told him, and this was before Smile even came out. Actually, I was the first person to play Smile at Zany's. This is before the song came out, so he's like, play this song for me. This new song out with Snoop Dogg, it's coming out next week. And it came out next week and it just went viral. And then I did the comedy thing for 7 years, which I just concluded because I'm back into management. It was great. Like I said, I did the BET Awards, I did all kind of things. a lot of stuff that I knew if I wasn't in that position, I wouldn't be in a lot of rooms that I am now. So I'm grateful for it all.
And tell me about just some of your road experiences. Tell me like the highlights. Give it to me straight for any young man who wants to pursue this lifestyle, who kind of doesn't really know what he's getting into. Kind of tell me about it. Loneliness, the long nights, early mornings. Give it to me.
I don't get lonely. I'm an introvert anyway, so
Yeah.
It's crazy for me being in the entertainment game, and I don't like to be around people. But it's just really a faith walk. So it's like you gotta trust in what you believe in and do what you gotta do, because even with me being on the road with Duval, I was driving to Atlanta every week to catch my flights. So like you said, early mornings, getting up, you don't know what the traffic look like, XYZ. You just gotta be there to make the sacrifices and eliminate the excuses.
And I mean, how did you, I guess it comes with age and experience, but who's teaching you these things? Is it just kind of trial and error?
Yeah, I mean, the best, to me, the best experience is somebody else's experience. So you learn from that. If they say it's hot, then it's hot. But like with me, I just had to do it myself, because I've done touring. This wasn't my first touring gig. My first touring gig was with Starlito, which is from Nashville. So I've always known the tour life.
Okay.
It's just transitioning to comedy, which was nothing because it was easier. I didn't have to deal with a lot of things.
Like, seriously, from somebody on the outside looking in, all I see is just like music and
I mean, with rappers, this is entourages and security and this and that and all that things. But like majority of the time, I was with Duval. It was just me and Duval. So we're not in places to where we gotta need security or things like that. It was an easy job.
Not as hectic as.
Correct. But I'm back into it now. But I'm a lot more seasoned. So I'm running the show now rather than being the DJ. I done played every position that you can play, but now I'm running the show.
And I want to talk about your transition into like the business side of music. I know that you've always kind of had a hand in bringing up artists, kind of mentoring artists, shaping them. Where did that come from?
I learned, well, like I said, before I was doing the comedy, I was with Starlito, I was with Key Glock, so those were examples of like what an artist should be. Okay. So I learned it in the background, like with Star. I just learned the road, the management, performing like to perfection. With Glock is more touring. Shout out to Daddy-O. I used to meet with him every city. Like I used to drive the Sprinter too, so I was doing everything. I was driving the Sprinter, doing whatever I got to do to make some money. But like he was showing me how to structure, how to build the artist and put the tours together. Right. So every morning we had a meeting downstairs, like in the Sprinter, like before podcasts. We really had the first podcast. We was doing podcasts like this is 2017, so podcasts didn't pump till 2020 during the pandemic. Visually, yeah, they was out audio, but they wasn't like visual. And
we're picking back up still on these experiences. We're gonna pick back up in our final segment where we're gonna focus on Slept On Music Group, kind of again that music business aspect of your life and the impact that you seek to leave not only on these artists but on our community. I encourage viewers to tune into the final segment of Perspectives, where Coop and I will return to discuss his background, education, his artistry, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville. The final segment of the show for today. You are watching Perspectives, and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning on the show, I've had Jamars Cooper, known as DjCoop, here discussing his background, his music career, his music business career, and the impact that he seeks to leave on both Nashville and Memphis communities through his work. I encourage viewers, if you missed them, to go back and to tune in to the first two segments of this episode, where Coop kind of set up his early life, early experiences, early travel experiences, and gave a lot of good gems in terms of developing yourself as a young businessman and getting your career kind of off the ground. We're coming right back into this final segment to focus on Slept On Music Group, LLC. You tell me, what is SOMG? LLC. You tell me who's involved with it, the impact that Slept On Music Group seeks to have on Nashville, and you run it down from, give me the pitch.
Well, it all started 2014 at the ACA Awards. I won Slept On DJ of the Year. So I just took that whole Slept On thing and just ran with it. So when I was interning at 101, I was doing Slept On mixes, and I just pretty much kept the whole slept on thing. So I started the LLC, which is Management Artist Development. That's what it actually is, and we're leading to a label, which I have the clothing, well, the apparel slept on department.
I see.
Yeah, so everything slept on. But like I said, I manage artists, artist development. I start with artist development first.
Okay.
So this is a process where you pour into the artists and trying to teach them the game and different things or mold them. The internet now has phased a lot of that out because labels don't do it anymore because everybody's chasing the viral moment, but not knowing it takes a lot more time to build an artist. So the artist that I have now is Eddie Valero. He's from Memphis. I have an artist from Nashville, Rude Boy Driller. And then I have an artist from Indianapolis. Her name is Hennessy. And then I just signed an artist from Australia. Her name is Susie K. Well, I said Susie K. Susie Bo.
Susie Bo.
Yeah.
Goodness. Now, I wanna start, I don't know who to start with. Any of them, actually. When you get a fresh artist, this can be just any person, male or female, and you get them like day one, they say, I want to work with you, I want to learn from you. What's kind of the first thing? I know artist development, but what's the first thing you do with them? Is it talking to them? Is it going through their socials, kind of cleaning them up?
All of them, or the first thing is we're sitting down to have a consultation to see where you at, what's needed, and go from there. Like you said, I go through the page and these different things, because you can pretty much dictate what's going to go on. And then with me, I could tell if the artist got that it factor. So some of them are just missing
that.
So it's like it might be a new look, it might be financial things, it might be different things. So it just depends on what each artist is different.
Yeah.
So like with Valero, he already had pretty much everything. Like he drove from Memphis to Nashville. We sat down and he told me what he wanted to do. Okay, cool. Like.
So, and where did you go with him, especially him coming almost as like the full package? How do you elevate somebody like that?
It's really just the basic things that people don't think that they need. So like you can have all the money in the world, but you don't know where to put it. So that was the main thing is one, moving around, getting out of Memphis, moving around and moving, networking with different markets and learning your markets, which everything is handheld anyway, so you can see your top cities where you need to be at. So now you just need to figure out who's running these cities,
right,
and link with those people.
I mean, but it sounds so much easier than it really is. Just link with those people.
You got to be around. So the thing is, I've been in the game, so when I'm on the road with somebody, I always make connections for myself because I'm probably never gonna be on the road with the same person for ever.
You're right.
So it's like it's seasons for everything. So if I want you on the road, I'm making my own, because we don't know if we might fall out of. It's not even on the bad thing. Or you might exceed. We go different ways, but I still got this connection, so I can come back and do what I need to do with whoever I'm dealing with at the time.
So it sounds like kind of that collaboration has really kind of propelled you. I had guests earlier, and it's funny, they were kind of saying, they were like, Nashville is always pushing collaboration, but maybe we need more competition. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective, but now I'd like to pose that same question to you. In terms of Nashville artistry, do you feel like our music scene would, how do I say this, be put on the map quicker through collaboration or through more competitive kind of hard work?
No, I think collabing is the key. Competing, that's always been a thing. So if you're competing, you're one-sided. But if you're collabing, it's both sides coming together. So like right now, I feel like Nashville's in a great space. In music in general, we're overshadowed by country, everybody knows that. But it is a mixture, it's like a boiling pot. So it's not just rap, R&B, or it's a lot of things. So everybody who's not in the country have like a vendetta or a chip on their shoulder. So they're trying to prove that it's more than country. But like I said, we have a great music scene as of right now. I just got positioned as PD at Streets 993. So I got my hands on a lot more stuff now.
Okay, and that's program director. And tell me, kind of, what does the job encompass? And had you end up in that position?
Shout out to C-Dub, DJ C-Dub. He created the radio station during the pandemic in 2020, but he wasn't too hands-on because he was still working with 92Q. So I seen him build it in different things, and I've been gone and seeing him put it together, and he has everything put together. So he just needed somebody to run the station. So that's why I come in and I really don't even go by DjCoop anymore. Once I got off the road, I changed my name. It's Coop the Connect.
Yeah, and I saw your Instagram name change. I thought that was just like cute, but that's really like the new brand.
It's Coop the Connect. I just make all the plays. So like now, July 19th, we have the first annual Summer Jam, which I've been in Nashville 15 years and I've never seen it happen. So it's like, if I have the resources and the connections to put the event together, why not?
And now what's Summer Jam looking like? Kind of tell me what people can expect at that event.
The headline artist, we have Flipper T. She's a buzzing artist. I don't know exactly where she's from, but they booked her. I put Black Wizzle on there.
Yeah.
The AMG Twins, they just got signed by Future. Rude Boy Driller. We're working on some more artists too, local artists. So I'm actually doing a showcase for Nashville artists in general.
Okay.
So the showcase is just for that, for Nashville artists.
Just Nashville artists.
Because we're trying to find an artist to get behind. I feel like that's just been the thing for Nashville. We just never got behind an artist. Like I had to put Wiz on there right now because he going crazy.
Cash will be balling.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But I still want to find an artist that can bring out people that can do the things, because like I said, once the internet took over, it took out the person, like
the authenticity.
Correct. So people aren't coming out anymore because they can just go on a platform and perform. Why I gotta come and do a showcase?
Edit it and look great.
Correct. So it's like, no, let's get back into the streets. Let's see who can really who got a support system, like stage performance, like all those things. Like, because if you get signed, you gotta go perform. You ain't gonna be performing on the internet. You gotta perform in front of thousands of people, hundreds of people, things like that. So.
And now, do you feel like it's kind of almost harder in this day and age to blow up like organically as an artist?
No, it's easier because we got more tools.
More resources?
So back in the day, it was word of mouth. So now you got tools so just like now, we live in a day and age to everything is content driven. So if you don't have the picture or the video, then it never happened.
You're right.
So now everybody got a phone.
Yeah. Everybody can be their own kind of marketing specialist.
Exactly.
And Coop, I want to spend about this last minute of this segment plugging you in. I want artists who are watching this to be able to contact you. I want fans, potential fans, prospective fans to be able to stay in touch with you. Plug yourself in all social medias and where people can get in touch with you.
You can find me on all social media, Coop the Connect. That's it.
Now, I'm an artist. I'm looking to work with you. Is there an email? Is there a website?
Oh, no, I don't. Just
shoot a DM.
Yeah, just shoot me a DM.
Just be cool.
And ready to do a consultation.
Thank you, Coop, for sharing your time with me. I know that you've been in this business a long time, and it's an honor to be able to sit down with you.
I'm honored to be here.
Thank you
very
much. You should feel special. But seriously, thank you for the work you're doing in the community. I appreciate you. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning in to Perspectives One More Morning. I wish you a good morning.